Hi there, welcome back to another libreshred update video. If you're already familiar with what the libreshred project is, go ahead and skip to the timestamp here where I talk about all the updates and developments I've been working on. But if you're new here, I'm glad you stopped by, and let me talk you through what the libreshred project is. So the number one problem I've been working with the libreshred project is to try to decentralize plastic recycling. In our daily lives, we walk by a lot of plastic, and I'm sure anyone would agree that this stuff ending up in landfills and in the ocean isn't a very good idea. And plus, you could probably try to make something economical for profit with this plastic. And let's talk about economics, because shredders are insanely expensive, and if you're trying to shred something and recycle it, that's going to be around 500 to 1,000 US dollars. So that's what the project is about. I'm trying to create an upgradable, you can see this is pretty standard hardware, and 3D printable shredder that can handle light loads of plastic that the everyday user can use. And this is pretty exciting because in its nature, it's designed to be upgradable. These are metal blades that I've been experimenting with. So this is pretty neat, and this will definitely be an open platform very soon to basically enhance its shredding capability and tailor it to your own needs. For example, if you want a stronger shaft, you can make this completely solid. If you want stronger blades, you can use metal blades. But overall, the most basic version, which is pretty much fully 3D printed, can already shred plastic. And with that said, I would like to do a shameless plug, my store, AZ3DP, where I'm selling not only the STL files to the shredder if you want to 3D print it, but also I'm selling this physical shredder, and I'm still waiting for my first customer to buy a physical shredder from me. And I've had a really helpful customer. Shout out to Felix from Discord for supporting me. And I will be rolling out many updates and upgrades along the way, so that'd be greatly appreciated. Now, on to the developments. And just for context, this is the gearbox I've been working on. Enjoy. So after some strenuous testing, we figured out one key mistake that I made when assembling this, and it's that I decided not to assemble every single gusset onto the aluminum extrusion frame, and I printed more of these here, but you can see because I didn't have any gussets here nor here, I can pretty much just lift this guy up. You can see that there's now a gap there, and with the extreme forces of shredding and this massive gearbox, that just causes this entire frame to warp, which creates this horrifying sound. And we're gonna put these on to see if that makes it any better. And another improvement is I have this shredder mount, and these guys are spaced a little bit too close, so it's not very strong. And I guess I redesigned these shaft mounts, but I didn't redesign this one, so I can easily upgrade that. And also just making sure the frame doesn't warp. And also I got a pretty big gearbox update where I'm reducing the number of gears on here so that there's gonna be less of a reduction, but it's gonna be faster overall, which I think is a pretty good idea because the torque from a drill is already pretty strong, and there's people on the internet that literally use a around 50 to 1 reduction for a drill like that to shred plastic. So this is pretty much overkill. And if we ever hit that torque limit, the frame is going to be basically messed up well before that. So this was actually a comment suggested to me in my last video, so put it up right here. Shout out to whoever that was. Alright, so it's been a couple days and these bad boys have finished up. So just to catch you guys up on what we're doing is we're making brand new gears for this gearbox. So a couple benefits here, and first of all, we're making a pretty big change where we're having less stages and ultimately a smaller reduction. You can see this only has 3 stages, on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 in total. But here we have 4 on each side, so it's 9 total. So that's quite a significant bit of reduction in the amount of torque output we're increasing. But this is following an idea where this drill already has a pretty big planetary gearbox, and although this is a super cheap drill, it's completely overkill and honestly way too slow for this to have like a massive reduction. And also the main thing being here is that we will probably hit some structural issues with the frame because it's a 2020 extrusion frame, so it's not super strong before the torque to shred plastic becomes a limiting factor. So therefore we're using less stages, but what this actually allows us to do is create thicker gears. You can see that significantly this gear is way thicker than that gear, and it's quite by a pretty big margin. So this should give us a lot more gear strength, because I can feel a little bit of wear going on with the gears, and I don't want any gears to snap. Also, the output gear is pretty thick, and these are all printed with pretty strong settings. At least 6 perimeters, which is making these quite heavy. And this took around a kilogram of filament to print, maybe even more. I think a little bit less than a kilogram. But this should drastically decrease the torque but increase the speed, because as you saw, even if I had this drill cranked on max speed, the shredder would turn pretty slowly, and no one wants to wait all day for their 3D prints to shred. But another unintended benefit of this is because there are less stages, there's ultimately less friction going on, which then increases my gearbox efficiency, because each stage of gear is extra like rubbing that goes on, and that rubbing, that energy is basically transferred away during friction due to laws of thermodynamics, I believe. I hope I said that right. I'll put it on the screen if that's correct. Anyways, basically energy will be lost the more friction, and basically that reduces your gearbox's efficiency, which will decrease the output torque. And because we have less stages, in theory there should be more efficiency because there's less components rubbing against each other, which should basically increase the torque coming out of this gearbox ever so slightly. So that's the update, and now all I need to do is get these gears installed. And one more thing is I upgraded the output mount right here, and we basically like before went through the whole redesign of having the entire thing become a lot thicker, a lot chunkier, and having the screws being able to mount a little bit wider. So these should definitely all enhance the shredding process. So let's get it put together and let's see how we do. Alright, so we got these new gears installed and they are holding up pretty good. So I've already tried to shred this. Let's see if we can do it. So this was a 3D printed sieve, like an experiment from a video a while back. But let's see if we can try to shred it. Whoa, dangerous, huh? Some got through, not all. We can try to keep going. Let's go at a slower speed. And again, this is a 3D print being shredded by a 3D printed shredder, besides the fact that these blades are metal. so we're right now reaching a major hurdle, and it seems like the entire frame is flexing a lot. So how do we combat this? There's a couple of ways of doing this, but I think there's an upgrade that we can do that uses like the really chunky nuts and bolts that will span the entire length that we can look into. Otherwise, this is pretty much on the brink of being able to shred, just not quite there yet, but I think it's in sight. Let's just keep trying, to be honest with you. Let me... And also you can see that the RPM of the shredder is now way more acceptable than the really slow shredder. So yeah, but like I said and predicted, some parts of the frame will be the first limiting factor before torque even is an issue. All right, let's try again and see if we can slowly but surely eat away at this part. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to go. Okay, so definitely some work needed. You can see we sort of chewed through this, but this is like around 3 millimeters thick and pretty much almost solid piece of plastic. Obviously it's a mesh, so there are going to be holes in it, but we got some shreds, and ultimately the shredder did not survive. But when I'm moving it like this, I can feel that the entire thing isn't super sturdy, and that's something we can work on. I did sort of be lazy and not screw on all these mounting screws, so we can try to actually do that and probably get it right this time. And there's a little bit of play in the frame, which like mounting it to the frame, which might need to clamp it down a bit tighter. And we now have achieved a pretty serious stage of failure. This is the first time it's ever happened, but the shaft has finally given out. And remember, these are aluminum shafts, and it's kind of hard to tell, but now you can see there's a slight twist of this aluminum shaft. It's not perfectly straight anymore, meaning the torque was so much applied to this shaft that it literally permanently deformed. It's really hard to see from this angle, but you can just take my word for it. And yeah, the shredder gearbox is really strong, but now we gotta find a way to upgrade this shaft for cheap and also make it work, I guess. But that shouldn't be too hard because this is, in fact, only just a 2020 bar. And we can make it completely solid, which will definitely increase the strength. This video is sponsored by PCBWay. Whether you need high quality PCBs, CNC machining, 3D printing, or injection molding, PCBWay has got you covered. Their fast turnaround and great pricing make them my go-to for prototyping and custom parts. Check them out at PCBWay.com, link in the description.